Hello. It's time for another Bhagavad Gita video. And today we're looking, as always, in the my version of the Gita here. Chapter 5, verses 4 and 5. The ill-informed say that yoga is different from witnessing. When you are involved in one, you are completely enjoying the results of both. Whatever achievement is gained by witnessing, one can also attain through yoga. You can attain unity through either method if you have eyes to see. So, what are these verses talking about? Well, in our last video, we were talking about the idea of renouncing and the difference between just renouncing stuff and actual renunciation that comes from within. A renunciation of your inferior self, so to say, which is the peak offering that you can make, the best sacrifice, because you're liberating yourself from yourself in offering it to the divine for the sake of your own liberation. So here suddenly Krishna talks about a distinction between yoga and witnessing. And both of these, he says, are valid methods. So, yoga is the act of uniting. And witnessing, which you could say is meditation, yoga you could call a type of concentrating, and witnessing a type of meditating. In witnessing, you are separating. You're becoming apart from everything around you. And you're observing it. You're observing even yourself, right? Like in the inner level, witnessing is where you're watching what you're doing behind yourself, even as you're doing it. And it's a very powerful technique. Yoga is the technique of uniting yourself, right? Whether it's from a practice of devotion where you're practicing making offerings or chanting, you're saying Jai Shri Ganeshaya Nama or Hare Krishna, and you're bringing yourself forward, offering yourself up, connecting to that divine force. Or where you are engaging yourself in a practice of the world. Yoga as in the physical yoga, Hatha yoga, which I've talked about previously, is basically just stretching, right? It's just a preliminary to the real yoga. Is a practice where you're connecting to your body and you're becoming a part of, you're uniting to the body, and that roots you here. And so that was the first step, these movements that you would do, which is just like in Qigong, which is what my school practices. In Qigong, we do these motions with the arms, with the body, with the hands, with everything. And in doing so, the most important thing about it is that your consciousness is showing up to the here and now. It's not stepping back. It's the opposite of witnessing. You are here with your active consciousness present in the moment and engaging in it. And that's a type of yoga. And then after you're done the exercises, you stand or you sit and you're doing breathing and you're focused in the here and now. You're concentrating on something. You might be concentrating on the image of a deity. You might be concentrating on your lower dantian point, that is to say, just below your belly button. But you're here and you're uniting to that point of concentration. So they look, in a way, like opposites. In one, you're separating, and the other, you're uniting. But Krishna is pointing out that, in fact, they are the same practice. They're different methods, but they're the same cultivation. The results of attaining can happen with either one, as long as you are being sincere in the practice. And those two broad umbrella terms of concentration and meditation, of yoga and of witnessing, describe pretty much every legitimate practice of cultivation that there is. There could be a third category, which is the ecstatic categories, but those aren't a cultivating practice, but rather something that facilitates cultivation. So you can only observe yourself when you are bringing yourself into a point of attention, right? So if you are in order to witness, you have to do some kind of concentration. And likewise, you can only achieve union if you are remaining in that consciousness. So eventually, one or the other, it leads to the same place, right? Both of them depend on your willingness to be present in the moment. I think that's everything for today. If you like this video, please subscribe. Check out the other playlists. Check out all the playlist of the Bhagavad Gita if you've just kind of hopped on in mid-trip right now. And take a look especially at the Yifa Society playlist and the videos related to that. And if you find that interesting, feel free to get in touch with me about participating in the Yifa Society. Thank you very much.